series has gotten just as a whole. And when you look ahead to next week, you have a 600-mile race. The person who wins that race, what does that show about that winner to win that kind of event?
Yeah, I mean, we were fortunate to win it a couple years ago, and I think just like the pride you and your guys feel of like sticking it out for 600 miles, outlasting everybody, outperforming everybody for that long, and doing your job really well all night. When there's plenty of time to make mistakes and things like that, it's just a super gratifying moment. So it definitely brings out the best and sometimes the worst. Just being a race like that, it's always warm, and just mentally staying in it, I think is huge. And I remember my first 615, we got to halfway, and my spotter was like, all right, halfway. I was like, you got to be kidding. I was like, oh my God, I got nothing in the tank. Like, I'm done. So physically getting yourself ready for it's big. And I think the mental side is just as big, if not more. Just knowing what you're in for and just trying to stay in the game all night. And even if you're not, where you want to be early, you have a long night, to try to work on it. So just not, letting the first 200-300 miles worry you. You got a lot of race left.
You talk about the mental side. At Indy today, Larson crashed. He walked away, so he's okay. And they sent the car out. I don't know if they got back out on track at the end of the day, but it wasn't as much damage as what it looked like. But in his interview, he said, well, I'm pretty good at just letting things go, and we'll be fine, we'll be fast tomorrow and all good. What is that like for a driver, even if it's just to say that to the media or to say that to somebody else? How tough is that to have that attitude? How have you learned to handle disappointments in a very public setting?
Yeah, it's everyone goes about it differently. I think it's really important to have short memory in this deal because you're going to have rough days, you're going to have times where you make mistakes or wreck and things like that. It's how do you just learn from it and then move on, right? Like, you can't move on too quick and not learn from if you made a mistake. But like, I've always tried to just, all right, what did I do wrong here in this situation? What could I have done different? And try to apply it next time. And then, okay, I'm over it now. So you just got to get back on the horse again. No matter what happens, you try to reset and know you have another shot at it, whether it's tomorrow or next week. You just focus forward. So it's easy to kind of get in your head about when things are going bad or you wreck or something like that. But I think over time you get a little bit more used to it as you get older and more mature, and you learn to drop things pretty quick and look forward to the next chance you get.
What did you think of what this track is doing based off of practice? It was really tough to pass from the inside last year. Is it the same thing? Is it widening? Is it making a difference, or is it too early to tell?
I think it'll continue to get wider as we run, especially in 3 and 4. We were pretty high in 1 and 2, kind of split in the top lane. 3 and 4, you kind of got to the top lane, and then it kind of shut off. But I think if you get, this truck race, you kind of, as we get running tomorrow night, I think it would get even wider to where maybe that middle lane opens up as a possibility. And I think late in tires as well, especially if everyone's running like the middle, right? The bottom's open, clean air, and you might be able to poke your way around the bottom. So I think that's going to be fine. I hope the bottom of 1 and 2 gets a little better. It's pretty dirty down there, like the bottom lane and a half. So hopefully that gets a little better, which I'm sure it will when a race gets on it, like the truck race. I know they had the cars race last night, but I like the way the tire fell off. I thought it fell off pretty good in a 50 laps. So we'll see. I got high hopes for tomorrow night. I think it'll race pretty well.
With the tire fall off and that sort of thing, do you think it's time North Wilkesboro gets a points race or host the All-Star race still?
Honestly, I'm up for whatever. I think it's great that we're just here in general, for any kind of race. I know people have been talking about wanting to make it a points race. And me, I'm cool with it either way. If you want to put it on the schedule for a points race, great. If you want to keep it this, that's awesome too. As long as we're going here, I feel like it's special.
Looked like it widened out. There was potential for a little bit wider racing than what we saw last year. What was it like out there?
Yeah, I think it widened out last year in practice too. So there's a lot of guys on different tire situations, different laps on tires and stuff in practice. So it makes passing a little bit easier than just straight up when everybody's on the same stuff. But maybe it was a little better. So I don't know. got stuck in a lot of traffic for sure. Didn't really get a good single lap in, but I thought the end of some of our long run stuff was okay. Not super happy with it, but I think we have enough adjustability in the car to be better.
Does this, this is the third year for this race here. Some people talk about, is it time for a points race here? Or should this always remain like an all-star event at this track?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a plenty good enough place to have a points race at. It's a great racetrack. It's got a ton of history. The fans seem to really like it, which at the end of the day is the most important thing above anything else that we do. So, yeah, if they really like it and they want a points race, I think we're all for that. Honestly, as a race car driver, I don't really think it matters what I think as far as if it should have a points race or not. But if my opinion mattered, I would say, yeah, it should have one.
One of the things today at Indy, Kyle crashed and walked away. And after his interview, he was like, yeah, I just learned to just move on pretty quickly and we'll be fast and we'll be okay tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've seen that attitude out of him before. And I'm curious, how easy is it as a driver to have that type of thing is when something doesn't go well or especially when a lot of people are watching and try to shove it off.
I sneaked through. I'm sorry.
He's like, I don't care what you have to say about me. I'm just kidding. No, I think Kyle does a really good job of that. I'd say that's something that is mentally more difficult for me than I wish it was, right? Like I wish I was better at it than I am, but Kyle is really, really good at that. So yeah, I'm excited to watch him all week in Indy, obviously cheering him on the best we can. And yeah, bummed to see him crash, but glad he's okay. And I think I saw he was already getting more laps. So.
They sent the car back out. I don't know if he got back out on track
Okay.
or not, but I'm not sure if they did. But you said, I get the sense that you kind of take more things to heart. So like you say, it's everybody's different.
Yeah, I definitely take everything to heart. I just care a lot about how we run and how we perform, and I'm not good at like being able to not care, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I'm not good at being like, oh well, we struggled this week or whatever. Like it's just not okay. So I don't know. I think everybody's different with that. I wish I was better at it. That's certainly not my favorite thing about myself. But yeah, some guys are better at it than others.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.